So this is the last technique that we use when we're delivering presentations to an audience in a situation where we really want to avoid a conflict or solve a conflict or resolve a conflict that's already occurring. And the reason why I'm saving this one for last is because it's really your ace in the hole. This is one that works about 90% of the time. It's one of those things that is really, really effective. And it's to admit one of your own poor decisions before you point out a mistake that somebody else in the audience is making or a number of people in your audience are making. A lot of times, if you can just tell a quick example of a time that you were in a similar situation to what the people in your audience might be in and kind of tell how you made a mistake and use that as a teaching point to keep the people in the audience from making that same mistake, then all of a sudden the audience, it's real easy for the audience to kind of look at me as the presenter and say, yeah, that guy's an idiot. I agree with him, right? That's an easy agreement. If I tell them that they're an idiot though, they're gonna, hey, not me, I'm the smartest guy in the room, right? So it's one of those things where we can use kind of self-deprecating humor as a way to convince the audience. I give you a good example of what one of these might look like. For instance, let's say that I've got people on my staff or people on my team that are waiting too late to make their travel arrangements, and as a result, it's taking funds out of our travel dollars, right? So all I have to do is just kind of think about one time that I screwed up on making my own travel, tell a story about it, and use that as a way to teach them. Like a few years back, I was teaching one of our instructors in Portland. She was training with me, and we were both going to be traveling to LA to do a class together. And I did just like I normally do. I called her up well in advance of the class that we were going to be teaching and said, hey, make sure and make your flight arrangements early because you get a better price if it's at least 2 weeks out. I did the same, by the way. And she said, hey, do you want me to make my hotel reservation? I was like, oh, no, I'll do that because I've got a lot of status with the hotels and I can probably get us a better deal, get us a better room, get us all the concierge lounges and stuff like that, which is kind of cool because I travel a lot. And of course, immediately after hanging up the phone with her, I kind of forgot to make that arrangement. So a couple of days before we're going to fly into LA, she said, hey, you never sent me my confirmation number. Can you kind of send that to me? And I start to panic. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't make that reservation. And by the way, the reason I didn't do it right away is because I do have that high status with the hotels. Most of the time, I can just go on the hotel website and make a reservation, even if it's 24 hours in advance, and they'll guarantee me a room. The problem is that I was making hotel arrangements for 2 of us, though. And so they would give me a room, but not 2 rooms. And so the room that was immediately across the street, the hotel that was immediately across the street from the office building that we were teaching in, was all booked up by the time that I made the hotel, that I was attempting anyway to make the hotel reservation. So we ended up having to stay about 3/4 of a mile away, paying about $100 more a night. So if you think about it, it was a 2-day class. So 2 nights for 2 instructors, that was about $400. And then the additional Uber rides and everything back and forth, another, $15, $20 each way, even though it was a very short distance. It was one of those things where I probably cost myself like $500 or $600 just by not making that hotel reservation early. So, what I would suggest that you do is make your hotel reservations, make all your travel arrangements early. And if you do that, you're going to save some money, right? So I can use that technique, that story or example of the time that I screwed up and use it as a way to teach my folks, teach the folks that I'm trying to get a behavior change in. And they're more likely to do it because, again, they can agree that the boss is a dummy. It's hard for them to agree that they're a dummy, right? So that's a really effective technique that you can use. So if you like this technique, make sure and look at the other 5 techniques that we've given you in this particular series. We've also got show notes on our website at fearlesspresentations.com. So if you just go to fearlesspresentations.com, look for the title of the video that you are looking at, it'll give you all kinds of additional content. Thanks much.